your hand and I'll bring you into the room. Steph Bondi.
Hey, Tom, I know we've been asking a lot about these late game losses. What did you see here? And is this part of the trend that's been happening with this team?
I don't know if it's part of the trend. Usually you can figure out why you either win or lose. So it was a hard-fought game, and we felt one of the big keys would be rebounding, and obviously that hurt us.
Ian Bagley.
Tom, when Marcus Smart hits a three late, and I think Reggie came over on Jason Tatum. Was the plan going in to double Tatum?
Well, anytime you commit to putting two on the ball, you got to understand what you're willing. You're going to be vulnerable in another area, but you don't want to give up any open shots. And so they have two dynamic scorers in Tatum and Brown. And when Kemba plays, they have a third. And so you go in with your game plan, and you know that particularly in the fourth quarter, you have to be committed to putting two onto them. So that's part of it.
Steve Popper.
Hey, Tom, in the first half, looked like they were killing you guys on the offensive glass. I think 18 second chance points. Just what was the issue there? Was it their size? What was it?
Well, they started small, but their quickness to the ball. And then we knew with Thompson coming back that would be a factor as well. And so you got to finish your defense. I thought the initial part of the defense was pretty good. But you obviously have to challenge the shot, and then you got to get to a body, and then you got to pursue the ball. And so finishing our defense is something that we have to get back to, and we've been a good rebounding team the whole year. So we got to get back to it.
Mike Vaccaro.
Tom, when you're trying to build a winning narrative, is learning how to win games like this kind of the last part of the process in terms of going from non-competitive to competitive to losing close games to maybe winning these?
Yeah. Every day you're working on building winning habits, and we thought that was one of our goals at the beginning of the season, just do the right things each day and understand what goes into winning, and then also to analyze and learn. And so you want to learn from each game, and hopefully you're not repeating the same mistakes over and over again. You have to learn, and also to understand where we are in the season, and you're facing teams every night. Someone's playing for something. They're fighting for something. So the intensity gets ratcheted up now. So we have to understand that, and we have to respond well, and I'm sure we will.
Jonathan Macri.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, disappointing night, but a really good one for RJ Barrett. 6 for 6 from behind the line. What did you see from him tonight, and where do you see him fitting in as the rest of the season goes along?
I think he's been steady all season long in terms of his overall growth and development. So he's had a really good season. His shooting's vastly improved. His floor game, he's making good reads. He's doing a lot of good things out there, and there's still a lot of room for growth, and there's a lot more work that needs to go into it. But I liked his attitude and approach from the summer, and he's continued that throughout the season. So we need everyone to continue to work and develop and get better.
Mark Berman.
Yeah, I was going to ask more about RJ. He's perfect from the three-point line. Last season, he really struggled. Is it pretty stark how much more confidence he has from there?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm surprised, because I think I mentioned to this two guys earlier. I see the time that he's put into it. When we've been home, he usually comes in every night to shoot and get extra shooting in. He's really worked hard at grooving his shot, and I think he's gotten real comfortable behind the line. And I also think his teammates are also doing a good job looking for him. And there's been a lot of good rim reads and a lot of spray outs, and they're good rhythm threes. We just don't want to take any three. We want to make sure that they're good threes, where it allows us to also get back and get our defense set. So there's a combination of the two things. But I'm very pleased with his overall progress, and I think he'll continue to grow.
Steve Popper.
Hey, Tom, just one more thing on RJ. For what you're seeing from him as a guy who's never been through this before, for a 20-year-old, just mentally, what do you see from him in these kind of games, tight situations?
Well, I think he learns from each situation. I think, a big part of learning is trial and error. I think his preparation has been very good. He watches a lot of film. He's watching film of his opponents. He's watching film after each game. He's studying. He's getting ready. He's putting a lot of extra work in. So I think when you do those things, you'll improve. And he's a terrific worker. But it's been really his attitude and his approach that I think is given him a lot of confidence. Your confidence comes from your preparation. We always say the magic is in the work, and that's the truth. So the harder we work, the more confident you become.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
Into the room. Ian Bagley.
Julius, where do you think you guys fell short tonight?
I think the defensive glass hurt us. The rebound was about 14, so I think that was one of the major things for sure.
Steph Bondi.
Just on that note, on the rebounding, we kind of talked about actually in Brooklyn as well as it being a problem. What is the issue there? Is it just not getting the glass hard enough?
Yeah, we just gotta when the shot goes up, find bodies and take care of the glass that way. We knew that they were a great offensive rebounding team coming in, and it showed today. So we just gotta lock in more, find bodies, and hit the glass.
Mark Berman.
It's sort of this trend with you guys right there in the final minute against good teams. How frustrating is this getting that the team has lost 5 or 6 right now?
No, we're fine. We're fine. Not too frustrated. We're not going to get much out of frustration. Got to figure out what the problem is and figure out how to solve it.
Steve Popper.
Julius, with RJ having, being a 20-year-old kid, not having been through this before, just what are you seeing from him in some of these big spots, as he's been going down the wire here?
He's been playing well. Like I said, he's coming into his own, know who he is as a player, and down the stretch, getting to his spots. He's playing well, very comfortable, and just continuing to grow as a player.
Ian Bagley.
Julius, obviously you're healthy enough to play and you're feeling good enough to play, but do you think that when your thigh got banged up a couple of days ago, has that impacted you on the court at all?
No impact on me at all.
Thank you, Julius.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
RJ Barrett's here. If you have a question, raise your hand and I'll bring you into the room. Jonathan Macri.
Hey, RJ. Tough loss tonight, obviously, but you really had it going from behind the arc. Has anything changed for you over the course of the season shooting it, or is it just the preparation starting to pay off?
I just work at it. I go to the gym at night, just work at it, and the more you put into the game, the more you're going to get out.
Steve Popper.
RJ, I know we've talked about it a couple times now, but you guys tight game again against a playoff quality team and just coming up short. How frustrating is it getting for you guys right now?
It's annoying losing these 2-point game, 2-point game. Just these little losses, they're kind of frustrating, kind of annoying. But It's the NBA, and we have another one on Friday, so just gotta, focus up and go grab that one.
Steph Bondi.
Hey, RJ, when you look back at this game, do you say, hey, I shot 6 for 6 from 3-point line, I scored 29 points, or do you look and say, damn, I got that turnover late in the game?
We lost, so it doesn't matter.
Bobby Childs.
RJ, I know you guys look one game at a time, but you have 20 games left. Are you finding that team's intensity, as you come close to the end of the season, is starting to pick up? And if so, what kind of energy do you guys have to do to match and exceed that?
Most definitely. Everybody's fighting for something. Today we were fighting for the 7th seed right now. They lost last night, so, they're not trying to lose 2 in a row. Everybody's fighting for something, and we're fighting for something as well, so we got to bring that intensity.
Thank you, RJ.